Good morning, friends. This is Triyasha from Crazy Money with Tree, and today is 21st of December. And let's see what's happening in the market for today. What happened on Friday, and in the Indian market, US market, European market, and what is the effect of that on the Indian market for today, and how you need to place your trades. Let's understand everything in detail. If you have still not been a part of my YouTube channel, go ahead, click on this video, like this video, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you will get all the latest notifications. So let's get started, guys. What happened on Friday? So as I've been telling you, market is very positive, but there is always this movement which could always happen, which could consolidate, and the consolidation is still continuing. So we have been in the range of 13,600 to 800. So that has been happening. I have told you earlier also, 13,800, 858, 900, 950, all these are actually psychologically resistances. There's no technical resistance because we are at all time high for the Nifty. Bank Nifty is facing some challenge at around 31,000 levels. So once it is going to break that level barrier, then actually Bank Nifty may become much more stronger. So overall it is consolidating between 30,300 to 30,800 in that 500 points range. So once it is going to break that, overall actually looks quite strong. The only challenge right now is there's a mixed amount of different kinds of newses which actually are confusing the market, like the Canara Bank fraud actually somebody is talking about. There's some actually there's a talk about and there's already a lockdown which has actually been announced for London, which was nothing which was new for it. And there's a Brexit. Is there any deal which is going to happen, not happen? So the dilemma is there. So there's some amount of negativity which is actually pulling the European markets little down, and which is actually helping to get some amount of profit booking and getting some volatility in the market. But the overall market is actually ready for the stimulus which is happening in the US. There the entire dilemma is almost getting over, and they're inching very close towards the deal when it comes to the $900 billion deal which is happening from the stimulus package perspective. And the vaccine thing and all is actually anyway driving the market. So overall actually sentiment may have actually gone a little wary at this stage, but we are not seeing any kind of negative signs at this point of time in any of the markets at this point of time. US market actually has moved quite a lot higher, and the volumes have been little lower, but overall actually again it had made a record highs on Friday. And after that there was some amount of sell off which could have come, because Friday was something called as a quadruple itching, which is every quarter what happens is all the futures, options, currency, forex, everything all expire on the same day. So during that day there will be volatility which was actually seen on Friday. So there's nothing we can actually derive out of it, because that was anyway expected. So overall if you see, there was a little negative flat to negative closing. We have not seen any big negative closing. If you have to see, it's hardly around 0.5% flat to 0.5% downside on the US market, and the European markets also on the same side. So there's nothing which we can actually, which we have to worry about. There's nothing great there. So if you look at right now, the futures are showing a little vary, especially in the European markets. We are seeing 1 to 1.5% of actually sell off which is happening in the European markets, which is trying to drive all the other markets. In fact, the Asian market started slow, especially the China market has now started actually gaining back the momentum, and rest of the markets are also slowly started to gain, but overall they're all almost 1% down. So looking at that, even the Indian market probably may open flat to negative. So we need to see how far actually this is going to continue, and if we can actually start becoming more positive. See, the if you look at the US futures are still actually trying to get into positive zone. Only the Russell, which is the small cap indices, is actually little weaker. Rest of the other indices are actually trying to become stronger. So overall, the first indication that Russell is becoming a little more weaker indicates that the small cap which was actually driving the market for some time right now is trying to become weaker, which means that sooner or later we may start getting into correction, because generally what happens is whenever the correction starts, it is a small cap which will correct first, then all the mid caps, then actually the large caps. So overall actually things at this point of time it is still positive. We are not seeing any kind of negative, so there will be negative divergences which are actually quite okay, but that is not actually making any big difference, because market overall is very strong. Especially the Indian markets are extremely bullish. There's a little dilemma, especially in the banking sector. Banking is a little flattish kind of a thing, but they're still positive. And overall Nifty is very strong, and the momentum, the strength, everything is actually quite strong in Nifty. So it may continue its uptrend, but there we may actually see that hiccups which have been seen, that can actually keep happening. But especially the US stimulus may actually try to pull the market up after we may start a little slow, but overall sentiment is still up, and this may actually try to pull the markets up. We have to see how actually the bankings are going to react. As long as the banking are going to have hold on to the strength, then I don't see any reason why we have to correct. Overall actually market looks quite strong, and we may continue to move stronger. If you look at what is happening in the crude oil and gold silver, I have been telling you crude oil doesn't have much of upside, and from there we have started seeing the correction. So the volatility has started in the crude oil, so at the higher levels the sell off is started coming. But the gold and silver are actually going higher, mainly because of the stimulus which is expected in the US market. So now actually 1900, they are actually moving ahead. Probably gold silver may again start moving higher at this point of time. We need to see whether the earlier highs are going to act any kind of a resistance. If it is not going to act as a resistance, then probably we may try back to touch our the previous highs of around $2,000 and above. So we may actually, right now it is gold silver are still on the stronger side. Crude oil is again going to probably gain a little bit momentum because of the stimulus and the stock market going higher, but overall it will start becoming sell on rallies over a period of time, especially in the crude oil. And the stock market is quite strong at this point of time. It is still buy on dips, so you need to continue to look at that. See, once we are going to break this 13,800 decisively, we may be moving towards the 14,000 mark. But right now this range is going to be quite a little difficult, and this week actually we have a smaller week. If you look at the markets are going to be closed on Friday because we have the Christmas holiday, and in the especially in the US market, even the 24th will be almost a holiday, 23rd, 24. So if you see, we hardly have around 3 working days in this week, especially in the US market and the European markets. So it may be quite kind of a week, or probably this can take the markets higher also. Overall actually, especially the Indian markets are very strong, so you need to be looking at buy on dips only. Guys, if you want to be a professional trader, today I'm starting my next new batch on the pro trading system, and if you want to be a part of that, you can actually attend the first day program completely free of cost. Go and look at that in our Telegram channel, so you'll get all the latest information. If you're still not being a part of my YouTube channel, go and subscribe the channel, hit the bell button, like this video and circulate it with all your friends. If you're not a part of my Telegram channel, it is Crazy Money with Sri. Go and search for Crazy Money with Sri, join this channel so that you will get all the latest notifications. If you're new to the market, first go and actually look at my playlist. In the playlist you have almost more than 5 to 6 hours of solid content, which is going to make you much better trader. And you will also be able to see my first day program of the pro trading system. So once you attend that, if you feel that that is something which you are looking for, go and join that. It is just 499 rupees, and that will actually break a whole new dimension to you. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great and prosperous day.